did you? I don't know if you guys were at the panel, but we screened the next episode, and which is episode 7, I believe, and that's kind of like the beginning of the unraveling of their relationship. Because Allison is becoming more and more of a hunter, and Scott is becoming more and more part of Derek's pack, and those two things questionably can't exist in the same realm. So I think that we're going to start to see Allison choose between the two. And also in episode 9, something really, really big happens to her family, and she's going to seek vengeance for that. And Scott begins to not be able to recognize who she is before. And then at the end of the season, she chooses between her family and Scott. Well, I think at the beginning of the season for Allison is a lot of exposition, sort of, we gotta figure out how to do this, blah, 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 you know, and not enough of the heart of it, which is going to come in really soon. And the stuff that I enjoy the most is it's coming up, and it's because she's got to make like really hard life decisions that I think that people have to make all the time, especially young women and people in you know relationships. And that's my favorite episode. I can't tell you unfortunately.
I know, yeah, it's okay.
So that was a long-winded explanation of me saying sorry, I can't tell you.
No.
I think that look, as cheesy as it sounds, they're sort of star-crossed lovers, and the whole we belong together but we can't be together, and the choice whether she loves him or not is never comes into her mind. It's simply like logistically and can we be together and have these different roles, and I don't know that that's gonna happen. So she loves him. What happens with her family, which, if you saw the last episode, her mom was bitten. And that's why. And it's like, you know, I have to embrace the fact that I'm a werewolf hunter, and she takes on more of a Kate role, you know, and I don't know if you remember her aunt in the first season, but she was badass. It was incredible. And she sort of becomes that character. And is very, very, very visible, and is not afraid to kill anybody who's in her way, which is totally different from the beginning of Allison. But it's justified. She does everything because she feels genuinely like it's the right thing to do. So it's not like we hate her for killing. We are like, oh, I get it, I would do that too. I worked really closely with our stunt coordinator to do, and I took archery lessons, but a lot of her weapon of choice is their Chinese ring daggers, which are really, really cool. They're just like these really sharp daggers with rings on them. And he's so funny because he's like, you would fillet someone. So it's just that word, like you actually fillet people with them. And so I would just, to get into character, I would just do my routine with them. And it's very, very interesting because they're super dangerous. But that physical part of it really helped me. But I'm not a method actor. I know it works for a lot of people, but when it comes to things like death and just the weight of the show, I think for me, and I've tried it, but if I'm constantly thinking about someone who's died in my life, it's not really horrible for my psyche. So to prepare for those kind of scenes, I put myself in the position and imagine what she would feel like, and surround myself with things. And my favorite thing to do is find music that I can affiliate with the scene, because music is really, really emotional for me. So oftentimes I'll be on set and I feel like I'm an outsider because I'll just be like in a corner with my iPod on, but the fact is that in 5 minutes I have to emotionally, physically break down. So I kind of close myself off to the world for like an hour or two to get prepared for those scenes. I mean, on a completely selfish level, I want to be in werewolf makeup. It's so cool because I come from theater, and so costume and hair and makeup is really big for me. And to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and not recognize yourself, I feel like it's so emotionally, physically freeing. Which is why I want to play like a demonic possession. Because you can, like, when you just have to go there. And if you don't recognize yourself, you can growl and be, So I want to play, even if it's not a werewolf, maybe like a witch or something. I just want to be in prosthetics. I like the real heart of the show, which I think are the moments, because it's all really fast paced and there's a lot of action, fighting and all that stuff. But for me, the moments that stick out are the real moments you had with the other actor where you can connect and play off each other. Because that's kind of the acting that I like, is the really dramatic. As you can tell, I'm And there's a scene in season 1 that I had with Colton up against the lockers that I really love. He's a really great actor. He's really giving. And I love working with JR, who is played by dad. He's really good. I think that she's taken. I mean, she's under his wing. Right, especially in the upcoming. I feel horrible that I keep saying this, especially in the episodes, because I can't tell you. But and I'm sure you get that all the time. But she's really going to be supported by him, and she listens to him, and she trusts him. And then and then maybe she shouldn't. But but she really believes everything he says. Wholeheartedly. She's so trusting. And I think that she goes from being, she doesn't really believe that everything that happened with Kate in season 1 was legit, which is why she goes from being completely trusting of her father to being completely trusting of her grandfather. And Michael Hogan has this really great way of being cunning but sweet. And so I think she completely is under the spell. She's mesmerized 100%. But only because she's genuinely a nice person, not because she's dumb and naive.